Hi, this is Art Lieberman, and I am the author of the book, The Art of Focus. And we're going to look at how to memorize the 2018 calendar. Here's my book, though. I just wanted to show that to you, just in case you wanted to rush over to Amazon and get it. It's in digital format, paperback format, and audiobook format. And you can read it for free if you are on the Kindle Unlimited program. Well, enough of that. Now let's look at memorizing the calendar. So, a few years ago, I decided to put together my Harry Lorraine stuff that I've learned to try to memorize the calendar. And here's what I came up with, and it worked really well. I did it a few years ago, and I've shared it on video before, but now it needs an update for 2018. January, you have to remember the polar bear. So when you're thinking of the word January, the month of January, you got to remember that it's a polar bear. Does that make sense? Because it's so cold in January. February, you got to remember the teddy bear. Why? Well, because you have Valentine's Day. So, in other words, every month has an animal. I know we're pushing it a little bit with the whole teddy bear thing. In March, we have ants because the ants go marching one by one. Okay, some of these relationships or links between the months in the animals are just they come out of my own or my family's imagination. I worked this out with my family. In April, we think of bees because in April it seems like the bees come out and people start getting stung. In May it's the piranha. Why? Because we could think of no animal for May, nothing that came to our minds. So one of my sons said, "How about a piranha?" Okay, so we have piranhas. In June we have the June bugs, obviously. Why? July it's a chicken. Why? We couldn't figure out. We had the 4th of July holiday. I said to my kids, "What do you usually eat on the 4th of July?" They said chicken. So a chicken is now the animal for July, the official animal for July. In August, it's a dolphin. Why? Because you're sweaty and hot in August, and you would like to be with the dolphins in the ocean getting cool. In September, we have the lamb because it made the children laugh and play to see a lamb at school. In October, we have the octopus for obvious reasons, even though October is the 10th month. Somebody's messed with the calendar, haven't they? Okay, in November, we have the turkey because we celebrate Thanksgiving in November. And in December, we have the penguin. Some people like to do the reindeer. I like the penguin better. So if you want to use a reindeer, be my guest. In fact, you could change any of these out for ones that work better for you. All right. Now, for the days of the week, you have to have an object. So we have an animal for the month and an object for the days of the week. So for Sunday, we come up for with dress shoes. And our family goes to church. We put on our best shoes. Sometimes those are dress shoes. Monday, the alarm clock because you got to go to work on Monday morning after the weekend, and the alarm clock rings. Tuesday is nunchucks. Why? Because my family is a karate family, and that's the object we thought of, and they go to karate on Tuesdays. You can certainly switch that out. I also like that there are two of them for Tuesdays with Tuesday, okay? Now, on Wednesday, we have a window because it kind of sounds like it. And on Thursday, we think of thirsty. It sounds like it. So think of a big glass of water because you're thirsty. On Friday, we have a frying pan. On Saturday, we have a chair because you sat in a chair. All right? So you just got to memorize that. It doesn't take long. You'll find you can memorize both these lists really fast. And if you even come up with better associations than I did, you'll memorize it even faster. And if you do come up with better associations than I did, email me at artfleeing@gmail.com, and because I'd like to see what you come up with and make it even better. All right, so here's how it works. What you do is you memorize the weeks, the day of the week that where your month starts. Okay, I'm not explaining this well. Let me back that up a little bit. The mistake will still be in the recording. It's all right. So you see 7, 14, 21, 28. Okay, so you got your multiples of 7 right there. And in the month, that's the only place where you have multiples like this. So if you can remember that January 7th is on a Sunday, you'll also know that the 14th is on a Sunday, the 21st is on a Sunday, and the 28th is on a Sunday without any extra work. And now once you've memorized that, maybe you know something is on January 15th and you're thinking, what day of the week is that? Well, you know, you memorized that January 14th is on a Sunday, and so you add one and you got the 15th. That's kind of how this works. The hardest is when you're like way over here in the middle of the week, pretty far away from your multiple of 7 date. So here's how we link it up. The way you have it in your head so it's usable is you have the polar bear for January and you think of him wearing dress shoes or some of the really silly connection. That's what I call the Harry Lorraine connection from his book, The Memory Book, which I highly recommend reading. Okay. In February, we have the teddy bear, and we think of a moving, alive, creepy teddy bear actually coming to your window and staring in the door, kind of like in the window, like Chucky or something. Never saw that movie, never will. But that's the kind of I've seen enough of it to know that that would terrify me. Creepy teddy bear staring in the window. Why the teddy bear? Because on the 14th, we have Valentine's Day, right? And so if you can remember the window and the teddy bear going together, you'll remember the 7th, the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th. And then if somebody says, hey, something's coming up on the 12th, you'll remember 14, you'll count back 2, and you go, oh, that's on a Monday. Okay, and things like that. Does that make sense? It's starting to make sense? Okay. And right now already you know that January the 14th is on a Wednesday because that's just kind of convenient. Now, one of the nice things on a non-leap year is that March lines up the same way. But so you got to remember that the ant and the window go together here also. So you can, what I did this year is just thought of thousands of ants marching around the edge of the window. So you got this huge, horrible ant problem, and they're red ants, and so they're biting. And notice, see, they line up on Wednesday also. I got most of these calendars from freeprintablecalendar.com, by the way. Now, April. Well, in April, the bees come out. So you think over here on Saturday that the bee, and I think of a giant bee with the stinger sitting down on the chair. And so I can remember that the 7th, the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th all line up on that Saturday, right? And so if somebody says, well, does anybody know what day of the week the 20th is? Well, you go to the 21st and you count back 1. It gets a little bit harder if you're on the 18th or the 17th, right? But you know, you can just take a few more seconds and count up from 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh yeah, the 17th is on a Tuesday. That's how it works, all right? And now May we have the piranha. If you come up with a better one that obviously goes with May, let me know at artfleeting@gmail.com because I'd like to come up with one that's a little bit better. I'm at school. You just hear the bell. Okay. So we got you think of a really crazy thing going on here with the piranha eating the alarm clock when it goes off. The alarm clock, eating it, right? Okay. So, and that lines up on Monday. And now you know that, you know, on the 28th of May, that's a Monday. And so now you know the 30th of May is a Wednesday because you go 28, 29 is a Tuesday, the 30th is Wednesday. All right, you with me? Is it working? Okay. Now on June, we have the June bug in the glass of water, right? So you think of your glass of water. June bugs are just filled and they're sipping out of your water and they're flying all around because June bugs fly. They're flying all around your water, okay? And it's kind of gross, but you can remember that now because you're thirsty on a Thursday and you've got all this lining up on Thursday. Moving right along, on July we have the chicken, and the way I imagine this is not frying a chicken, even though that could work, but that's a little too pedestrian and normal. So what we want is something a little bit abnormal. So I think of a chicken at the frying pan frying something up, like frying some eggs. That's a real sick chicken. Okay, something like that. Now, the dolphin here is trying to figure out how to use the nunchucks. Yeah, and he's not doing very well because he's got flippers instead of hands. Or he's tossing them up in the air with his nose or something. The dolphin is playing with nunchucks on a Tuesday. So now you know the 7th of August is on a Tuesday, and so you can figure out that if you need to know, oh wait, the 5th of August is a Sunday. The 15th of August is my anniversary, so now I know the 14th is a Tuesday, and now I can go, oh, it's on a Wednesday. That might come in handy this year. Okay. September. September, we see a lamb at school, and you got the lamb standing there, just kind of bored at the thing, smoking a cigarette and frying something. Okay, that's how it works for me. Friday is the frying pan is on Friday, so now I know the 21st is on Friday, and if I want to know what the 23rd is, I go 22, 23, and I know, okay, that's on a Sunday, right? Okay, does that make sense? Okay, that's how it works. And October is the octopus, and Sunday is dress shoes. So you imagine the octopus trying to put on 8 pairs of shoes, 8 pair of shoes. Is it a pair of shoes or pairs of shoes? I guess 8 pair of shoes. All right, and now if you know that Sunday the 14th is that the 14th is a Sunday, you can figure out 15, 16, 17. Wednesday is the 17th, okay? Or the 17th is a Wednesday. It works either way. So November, we think of a turkey. I've also used deers, because it's deer season in where I live anyway, and that can work too. But I decided to go with the turkey because most people can associate November with the turkey, and so and I'm guessing that's going to be the 29th, that Thursday, right? But we're paying attention to a big old turkey pecking on the window, peck, 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 and breaking it. And I'll say this is one issue when when I'm dealing with memorizing this: don't get your turkey confused with your chicken. Okay, and so you gotta look at those big feathers sticking out. And here he has the pilgrim hat on. Maybe he's a drunk turkey, and he's early by a day, pecking on your window on the 28th when Thanksgiving is on the 29th. All right. Now in December we have the very cold penguin, and he's cold, so he's frying something up, and he's frying something up for Christmas morning. And how do we remember that Christmas is on a Tuesday? Well, there's a couple ways we could do it. And notice this one's a little more difficult because it's in the middle, so you got to work a little bit harder for it. But you go the 28th is on a Friday, so 27th is Thursday, 26th is a Wednesday, and the 25th is Tuesday. And that's how it works. And so just to get this all right, what you have to do is you got to memorize this. Memorize this. Memorize this. Memorize that January is polar bear, February is teddy bear, March is ants, April is bees, May is the piranha, June is the June bugs, July is chicken, August is dolphin, September is lamb, October is octopus, November is turkey, and December is penguin. Then you got your 7 days of the week. Sunday is dress shoes, Monday is the alarm clock, Tuesday is nunchucks, Wednesday is the window, Thursday is thirsty, the big glass of water. Friday is a frying pan, and Saturday is a chair because you sat on Saturday. All right? And before we leave, just rush out and go get a bunch of copies of The Art of Focus. You can get some paperbacks and give them out. All right? That's my wishful thinking, but I can have that little dream and enjoy, right? And we are out.